Good day, my dear students. Welcome to Introduction to the Philosophy of the Human Person class. Introduction to the Philosophy of the Human Person, Quarter 1, Module 2, Distinguishing Opinion from Truth. This video lesson will help you to learn on distinguishing opinion from truth. It will also teach you various ways to discern factual ideas as bases of truthful judgment. At the end of this module, you are expected to discriminate truth from opinion, write an article based from facts and truth, and develop love of wisdom in order to understand and accept the concept of truth. As a senior high school student, it is important for you to deepen your knowledge in philosophy. One of the ways you can do is to learn how to distinguish truth from opinion. Philosophy. It comes from the Greek word philos means love, Sophia means wisdom. It is applied to any study or discipline to make reasons to investigate the ultimate causes, principles of all things. It can also be thought of as examination of a particular idea of knowledge. It is also improves problem solving and decision making. We all have the potential to philosophize since we have the tendency to wonder and doubt. Example: what is our purpose in this world? What is a man? Philosophy has an important part in our lives that can be applied in our everyday situations. It enables a person to engage in critical analysis and interpretation of concepts, definitions, arguments, and problems. It improves problem solving and decision making. Distinguishing opinion and truth. In our modern society, we usually wonder and look for ways to answer questions that we encounter in our everyday life. Our life now is filled with uncertainty, especially in this time of crisis. Many things are beyond our control. Our mindset is a key to cope with difficult circumstances. There is a high uncertainty over the employment, finances, economy, physical and mental health as well. As a human being, you need to feel safe and have a sense of control over the lives despite this problem. Fear with the uncertainty makes us stressed and less directed in life. We don't know the what ifs and worst case scenarios that this pandemic might bring us. We rely on the news and announcements that we see on internet and social media for us to be informed on how to cope with our present problem. There are times that we are confused and we don't know what to do because we don't know the truth. How do we know if they are telling the truth? Philosophers cope with problems by means of knowing the concept of truth. Philosophers consider truth as a kind of quality or value. Most decisions we make in our day to day life are based on our knowledge. Knowledge must be justified to be accepted as truth. For example, in the true or false type of test, you are required to evaluate each of the sentences if it is true or not true. Just like in reality, you might be in the situation that you may or may not carry the truth. That is proposition. Proposition is usually stated in a short sentence, statement, or assertion that expresses a judgment or opinion. As part of the method of philosophizing, you have to understand and distinguish the opinion from truth. For now, let us understand what is truth and why it is important. One important aspect of knowledge is based on reality. In simple words, what we know is based on what we observe or what is evident in this world. Example: you know that fish live in water because You go to the sea or river, you see fishes that lives there. You can now consider that statement or proposition as a fact based on what you have observed to be real or truthful. Another reason is you accept that this is a fact because it was taught to you in your science class. Before we discuss truth, let us clarify what is knowledge, ideas, and beliefs. Knowledge, it is a fact or information which helps us understand and become aware of something. It has been frequently described as justified true belief. It becomes complicated when there are many theories and when conditions are met. And lastly, we gain knowledge from our experience and reasoning. Ideas is derived from the combination of experiences by senses. Example, pillowcase can be analyzed into simple ideas of being soft and rectangular in shape. Beliefs refers to attitudes about the world which can be either true or false. Example, I know that my school is the best school in the province. Ideas and beliefs that we know to be true are based on our knowledge. Therefore, truthful statements are based on facts. Anything that is observable and empirical are considered truth. It means that any claim can be truthful when there is verification and have undergone experimentation. Philosophy has different views which can help us comprehend the concept of knowing truth. Philosophers emphasize the importance of beliefs to determine the truth. The following are the ways to determine truth and distinguish it from opinion. First one, looking into the nature of knowledge. Second, can be justified or proven by the use of one's senses. Third, based on facts. Fourth, derived from consensus. Fifth, requires to be proven through action. And lastly, subjected tests for its validity. Ways to determine truth and distinguish it from opinion. First one, looking into the nature of knowledge. We assume that everything in this world is true, but philosophers doubted everything about themselves and the world. They always searched for the origin of knowledge. For a philosopher, doubt derives the desire to investigate truth. Systematic doubt is employed to distinguish truth. This means that every statement, claim, and evidence should be examined and analyzed. For example, am I alive? Do I have a body? Can I breathe? Now you have figured out these questions, examining yourself if you are really alive, that you have a body, and you can breathe. Of course, you will try to inhale and exhale air. If you answered yes to all of the questions, then you can conclude that the previous statements are true. You can now say, I am alive, I have a body, and I can breathe. Second is can be justified or proven by the use of one's senses. Use your senses, sight, hear, taste, smell, and touch, to prove that one belief is true. Example, you see a rainbow after the rain. Rainbow can be seen but is not observable to others on the same time and day. It is accepted as true because you can see it by your eyes. Using senses in some situations of our life may not be enough to determine the truth. Third, based on facts. You can use facts to guide you in distinguishing the truth, like using dictionary or other reliable sources. Example, are you convinced that you can tell yourself a Filipino? So, you may assume that your answer to the question is true because it is stated in an encyclopedia or any other reliable sources of information. Fourth, derived from consensus. This is another way to determine truth. Some people use claims of other people as evidence to a belief that is true. Example, ask your teacher, parent, and other relatives if the earth is round. Getting the consensus of others' belief is a better way to accept information. Sometimes it is not applicable to some situations, and it needs to be proven as true. Fifth, requires to be proven through actions. Example, can I play basketball? In order to determine the truth if you can do this thing, you have to prove it. In this example, you need to go to a place where you can play the basketball. This statement becomes true if you can do it or apply it in your real life. Sixth, suggested to test for its validity. Any claim, therefore, should be subjected to tests to prove its validity. A belief can be justified if it is obtained the right way. Justification should include evidence and the right way of reasoning rather than misinformation. Example, you would like to try if the newly invented juice drink is good for you. Your friend who is a doctor claimed that it helps improve immune system. Now you know the ways on how philosophers determine the truth. You encounter truth and opinion in our everyday life. To make you a good, wiser listener and a good speaker, you should also familiarize yourself in determining opinion and kinds of reasoning. Discovering yourself is the first step in exploring knowledge and truth. Remember, these are various philosophical views regarding truth. It can be justified through experience, observable facts, senses, consensus, and claims which are tested. Now, let us discover and distinguish opinion from truth. Opinion. It refers to judgment or what a person believes or thinks about something, which do not only give facts but also give perspectives in particular situations. It is based on personal view. Opinion also differs from person to person. It is highly influenced by a person's feelings, thoughts, desires, attitudes, values, and so on, which cannot be tested by concrete evidences. For example, some people have opinion that marriage should be for everyone, including homosexual couples, and that is discriminatory not to permit gay marriage. Other people have the opinion that marriage is a long-standing and traditional institution between a man and a woman, and that civil unions or others non-marriage solutions should be used for homosexuals. You have already learned the importance of beliefs in determining truth and opinion. This time, let us differentiate fact from opinion. Fact, it is an actual thing that exists, provable, observable, and measurable. A fact is based on direct evidence, actual experience, or observation. A statement on fact has objective content and well supported by available evidences. Evidences may be in the form of testimony of witnesses, agreed upon observations, written records of such testimony and observations, results of research or investigations. Examples of facts. Statistically, women live longer than men. There are more days in a leap year than a regular year. Opinion. It is a personal belief or judgment, a statement of belief or feelings. A statement of opinion is one whose content is either subjective and not well supported by available evidences. To determine the statement of opinions, look for signal words that convey opinions. Words that shows extreme positive and negative such as never, most, always, nobody, none, ever, all, and very. Descriptive words that are subjective such as beautiful, ugly, smart, foolish, joyful, lucky, and so on. Language intended to appeal to emotions like a question. Have you ever driven down and see all the garbage? Examples of opinions. Golf is boring. Pizza is delicious. Math is the hardest subject. A fact is not an opinion. They differs only on types of statements. If opinion is believed by everyone, it does not turn into a fact. Opinions cannot be proven. However, it can be supported by facts. The ability to distinguish the fact from opinion will help you develop your critical, analytical, and listening skills in reading and listening.
Thank you for listening. Stay home, stay safe, and stay healthy. Goodbye.